The honeybee plays a pivotal role in the cross-pollination of plants. They help continue the growth of generations of plants so that plant-eating animals have a good source of food to eat. It is estimated that a third of the world's food is pollination dependent. Bees contribute in the region of £400 million to the UK economy. Unfortunately, honeybees are disappearing globally at an alarming rate due to pesticides, parasites, disease and habitat loss. Pesticides are used in agriculture to control insect infestations. This is critical to farmers as it prevents the loss of valuable yield percentages.
Pesticides are applied by means of seed coating, chemical gas spraying and pellet spreading. They boost crop yield by preventing the establishment and growth of insect pests.
As with most biological controls, resistance eventually builds up in the pest species, and the active chemical is rendered useless. Since first coming onto the market, the active ingredients used to combat pests have changed greatly. From DDT in the 1950s to more recent organophosphate and carbamate-based pesticides. A relatively new type of pesticide on the market is the range of neonicotinoid-based pesticides. The advantage of neonicotinoids is that they affect only insect pests and have little or no cumulative effect in birds or mammals. Unlike pesticides used in the past, neonicotinoids are coated onto the seeds before drilling. They are known as systemic insecticides. This means that as the plant grows, the insecticide is distributed throughout the stem, leaves and flower, but also the pollen and nectar of the plant.
Recent studies are beginning to show consistent detrimental effects on honeybee populations in areas devoted to agriculture. Neonicotinoids are suspected to play a major impact in this as they act as a nerve toxin to bees. In low doses, they weaken the worker bee's immune system, leaving them more susceptible to diseases such as varroa mite, both European and American foul brood, and nosema. In larger doses, the effect was shown to be much more serious. An investigation carried out at the University of Dundee by Dr. Christopher Connolly found that neonicotinoids caused an immediate hyperactivation similar to an epileptic attack, which was preceded by neuronal inactivation where the brain goes quiet and can no longer communicate. This affects the bee's ability to fly to and from the nest and is suspected cause to the phenomenon of Connolly collapse disorder. This phenomenon results in a gradual diminishment of bee population and an eventual total collapse of the beehive.
But what are neonicotinoids and how do they affect bees?
These four compounds here are some of the neonicotinoids. All these molecules share a common backbone, highlighted here in red. This part of the molecule is designed to mimic acetylcholine, which is a natural neurotransmitter. When the signal arrives in the axon terminal, the acetylcholine will diffuse to the membrane and bind to the nicotinic receptor. This will open the sodium channels and the positively charged ion will rush in, generating a rapid charge buildup which will travel along the axon until it reaches axon terminal, and the process will repeat itself. Now, immediately after, the enzyme will come and will terminate the induced action by breaking down acetylcholine into acetate and choline and closing down the sodium channels. However, the enzymes are highly selective and they do not interfere with the molecules such as neonicotinoid. Therefore, the molecule remains irreversibly bound to the receptor and the sodium channels remain open. This causes uncontrolled firing of the neuron, and in case of insect, they will cause effects such as hyperexcitation, convulsions, paralysis and death.
To conclude, the honeybee plays a vital part in the economy as they help pollinate crops and plants to continue the growth of generations, as well as providing honey for human consumption. There has been significant evidence found to suggest that the use of neonicotinoids and other pesticides have had detrimental impacts on the worldwide bee population. To prevent continued depletion in bee population, it is vital that the government step in to regulate the use of these chemicals.
Although there is no overnight solution, there is a need for more research to be done in this area to find a way both bees and pesticides can happily coexist into the future.